Good evening all and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a while since I've put a post up. Obviously the general election result was very disappointing, but unfortunately that's the way the cookie crumbles. It was a two-way squeeze. People were voting Labour because they didn't want Tory, or voting Tory because they didn't want Labour, and our message got squeezed out in the middle. I've had a number of contacts over the last few weeks since it has become apparent that I have actually resigned from UKIP, and I can't reply to all the messages I've had in person, so I thought I would lay out my reasons for this in a video, and I hope you understand this isn't a dig at the party and many of the very fine individuals within it. But I had to come to a conclusion, and the conclusion was that in its current state UKIP is not going to make the difference in British politics that we all wanted. This doesn't fill me with great glee to say this. I've been a member for 6 years. I've been the chairman of the Hillingdon branch for 5. I've put my life and soul into what I thought was the way forward for our country. I'm very proud of the people I've worked with. I'm very proud of what we did in Hillingdon, most notably the 57% leave vote that we got in the referendum. That was achieved in great part to the UKIPers who were out there with assistance from independents, and in the final 3 or 4 weeks of the campaign from Eurosceptic Tories and Labour, who joined in with us after the GLA. As I say, I did put my life on the line for this when I joined UKIP. Well, that's a little bit harsh, but I would say my personal life on the line for this, because when I joined UKIP I was a happily married man, I was in a good job, I was financially secure. Since then I've seen the breakup of my marriage. My finances, because of all the time I put into the politics, aren't what they were, which unfortunately has been used against me by people within UKIP for their own personal ambition, and unfortunately that's one of the reasons why I'm leaving. Whilst the party aims I totally agree with, and whilst, as I say, there are some fantastic people within UKIP, unfortunately there is an element within the party of what Matthew Goodwin referred to in his book about UKIP, the 3 percenters, and there are also those who came into the party after I joined during what we called the purple surge, when UKIP picked up a lot of popularity in 2013 and 2014, who were there for their own careers, not for the good of the country, and not because they believed in it. And you know who you are. You should be looking in the mirror right about now. So what happened? Well, as I say, these entryists came in. There are careerists who came in. Those who I've tended to concentrate on local politics. I haven't got involved in too much of it, but I was approached in February by certain senior members of the party, and I was told that London needs a new direction, and as a result I was asked to stand for the London Regional Chairman position, something that I've never really wanted to do. I'm very happy to do what we were doing in Hillingdon with a great team, a tight-knit team who work very well together. But for the good of the party and the good of driving it forward and hopefully making our country better again with Brexit and making sure Brexit's done properly, I put myself up. And what I found wasn't very pleasant. I've had 6 months of persistent smear, knives in the back. I've been called far right, stupid, drunken, unbelievable. Most of this has come from one particular person who unfortunately has an ego the size of a planet, and he's allowed to do pretty much what he wants. And this is part of the problem with UKIP. When you get these careerists in, these people who think they're better than everybody else despite the fact that they do very little, when official complaints go in about some of their methods, breaking the rules, head office just ignore it. And I know there are people who are saying, well, we've got a leadership election on now, things will change. Well, unfortunately things won't change, because it doesn't matter who's elected leader of UKIP. There is a core problem within the party. It's been brought up before. Nigel had problems with them. Diane James left after 18 days because she said she couldn't deal with it. These people are at the top of the party. They're interested in their careers, not the country. They're more interested in where their money's coming from rather than what they can do to make our country better. And they are currently in charge of the party. They're in unelected positions, but the new leader will now be given, as a fait accompli, a new branding and a new structure, and there won't be a lot they can do about it. These people were alerted to all the problems that were going on in London, not just by me but by other people, and they completely ignored it, because let's face it, while you're on the gravy train, don't rock the boat. That's a real worry, real worry, and I can't see it changing, to be honest. There are people standing for the leadership with very good intentions. Will they be able to get rid of these people? Nigel couldn't do it. It's probably why he's not coming back. He's already said that he's already said in some of his media interviews that there were people at the top of the party. He wouldn't put himself back in that position again. They were the same people that were around Paul Nuttall and dragged him down, and they'll drag down any new leader as well. And as I say, I've put a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of money, and wrecked my own personal life doing this. I don't regret that. I regret some of it, but I don't regret it overall, because we got that Brexit vote. And I've got to say, the morning of 24th of June 2016 was the best day of my life. But we're now in a position, the Tories are backsliding on Brexit. Labour will sell this country out. Jeremy Corbyn can't be trusted. Theresa May can't be trusted. Unfortunately, there are people at the top within UKIP who also cannot be trusted, who will pull down the vast majority of the good members and any new leader who comes in who tries to challenge them. As a result, my position's untenable. Also, there are good people on my team who have received phone calls and been bullied by certain people. I don't, because they wanted rid of me, they wanted to put the knife in me. I'm not the first. People who've stood for the chairman's position before have also been smeared. So I don't want to put good people in that position. So as a result, I've walked. I hope people understand why I've walked. I still believe in the UKIP message. I still believe in the vast majority of the people within the party. But unfortunately, while this toxic element are at the top and running it, then we've got a country to save, we've got communities to help, and that's not going to happen under the current regime. So things have got to change. Hopefully in the future it will. I personally can't see that happening, but I wish the leadership contestants well. I've seen some of them getting smeared as well, totally uncalled for in a lot of instances. If you're still a member of UKIP, think about who you're voting for. There are some very good people. David Curtin is a fantastic guy. Love Peter Whittle to death. Really good guy. David Coburn, well, if he was leader, it wouldn't be dull. But sorry, I've had to bail out. I've got stuff to do in the local area, working with people from all parties and none to get done. I will still be here working for a proper Brexit, and I'll be working with anybody of any political persuasion, as we did during the referendum, to make sure that we get the Brexit that you voted for. So I'm not going away, I just won't have a party badge on. But thanks for all your support, guys. Really enjoyed working alongside a lot of you. I've got to say, some of the people I've met in UKIP have been absolutely fantastic. Special mention has got to go to Tim Aker, Gerard Batten, Stephen Wolfe, all absolute gentlemen, totally dedicated to the cause, fantastic. And my little ginger sidekick, who's now a councillor in Thurrock, Jack Duffin, top guy. You deserve to succeed because your heart's in the right place. So best of luck to all of you. I've had to bail, but any of you who need help for the right reasons, for getting out there and helping the people of this country, give me a call. I'm still here. It's just I can't go on with the people at the top of the party and certain egomaniacs with a water mitty complex, one of whom actually decided to have me pulled in an interview by the police, and it was quite funny actually. They were laughing about the accusation, and obviously it came to nothing. So there we go. Anyway, speak to you all soon, and you'll still see me on the streets of Hayes trying to make a difference. Bye for now.